Imagine a world where seniors never have to step foot in a nursing home, where they can live vibrant, fulfilling lives without leaning too heavily on anyone, not even their own kids. That's the journey you're about to embark on today, as we uncover 3 secret ways seniors are thriving, staying independent, and embracing what truly matters. With a sprinkle of health wisdom, you'll see how real people have found paths to age gracefully while keeping their freedom intact. So, grab a cozy spot and let's dive into some life-changing ideas. Oh, and don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to join this growing community of folks who care about living well. Picture this. You've spent decades building a life, raising a family, and now you're wondering, who should you live with as the years roll on? The idea of caregivers or nursing homes might pop up, but what if those aren't your only options? What if you could sidestep the expense and rigidity of those setups and still not burden your children? That's exactly what some clever seniors have figured out, and their stories are as inspiring as they are practical. You're about to meet a few of them, each with a tale that might just spark an idea for you or someone you love. Take Grandpa Henry, a spry 78-year-old who's seen it all. After his wife passed away a few years back, he tried the caregiver route. He shelled out a decent chunk of change, about $5,500 a month, for someone to help with meals and company. But the reality? The caregiver's cooking was a disaster. Think bland, mushy veggies and rice that stuck to the pot like glue, and she spent more time scrolling her phone than chatting with him. Henry let her go, thinking, why am I paying someone to ignore me when I could use that money for groceries I'd actually enjoy? Have you ever felt like you're pouring cash into something that doesn't quite fit? Henry sure did, and it set him on a new path. His kids, bless their hearts, worried he'd waste away without proper meals, so they nudged him toward a nursing home. Henry gave it a shot, but the strict rules, like signing in and out every time he wanted fresh air, felt like a leash on his spirit. Plus, the constant reminders of loss, with folks passing away around him, weighed heavy on his heart. He lasted less than a month before saying, "Nope, I'm out." For him, independence trumped everything, and he wasn't about to let someone else dictate his days. Can you relate to that craving for freedom? Even as life shifts, living with his kids seemed like the next logical step. He tried staying with his son first. Nice folks, but busy. His daughter-in-law would leave a sandwich in the fridge before rushing off to work, and by evening, they were juggling chores and kids. Henry felt like an extra load on their already full plates. At his daughter's place, it was more of the same. Kindness, yes, but also that subtle sense he was in the way. Once, his daughter-in-law winced when he tossed his socks in the wash, muttering something about that smell. It hit him. No matter how much they loved him, he didn't quite fit into their rhythm. Have you ever felt like a guest who overstayed the welcome, even with family? So, Henry went home, his home, and decided to rely on himself. He taught himself to whip up stir-fries with crisp peppers and tender chicken, the kind that fills the kitchen with a savory aroma. He even mastered steamed buns, soft and fluffy, just like his wife used to make. Mornings became a ritual of Tai Chi in the town square, where he met other seniors who'd also lost partners or lived far from family. What started as exercise turned into something bigger, a little crew of folks looking out for each other. Ever thought about how a simple routine could blossom into a lifeline? This group grew into a tight-knit community, connected by a WeChat chat buzzing with daily check-ins. If someone didn't reply, another would pop by with a warm bowl of soup or a ride to the doctor. They even set up a system, $8 an hour to help each other out, fair, practical, and way cheaper than a caregiver. Last month, when Henry twisted his ankle, a friend from the group spent 3 days helping him get around, and Henry happily paid him $720 for the time. It's not just about the money. It's the trust, the understanding that comes from folks who get what you're going through. What do you think? Could a circle like this work for you or someone you know? Now, meet Grandpa James, a 70-year-old who's carved out a different kind of peace. After his wife passed, his kids urged him to move in with them or try a senior home. James wasn't having it. "I'm not ready to be anyone's burden," he'd say, sipping tea on his porch surrounded by potted herbs. With a pension of $6,000 a month and no big expenses, he's content living solo, just a short drive from his family. He spends his days reading, writing letters, and tending to his plants, simple joys that keep him grounded. Ever wonder how much happiness those quiet moments can bring? His kids worried he'd get lonely, so they floated the idea of a caregiver. James chuckled and shook his head. No stranger was moving in, especially not some young woman he'd feel awkward around. Then his daughter pitched something intriguing: elderly assistance. It's a service where cameras link to the family's phones, meals get delivered, and laundry's handled every few days. At $2,500 a month, it's a steal compared to full-time help, and James covers it with his pension. "It's like having support without losing my space," he says, grinning as he digs into a steaming plate of dumplings dropped off that morning. What would it feel like to have help that fits your life, not the other way around? Then there's Aunt Clara, 69, who found her sweet spot after a rocky stretch. When her husband passed from a stroke, the house felt like a museum of memories, every corner whispering of him. She tried staying with her son, but his wife's cool demeanor and the kids' chaos left her cooking and cleaning more than relaxing. 2 weeks in, after a slammed door and a tense dinner, Clara packed up. "I'm not here to be a maid," she told her son, who nodded, understanding her need to go. Ever had a moment where you realized you deserve more than just getting by? Living with her daughter wasn't an option either, too far, too cramped, and her grandkids were already in good hands with their other grandma. Clara's neighbors suggested a new partner, and she gave it a whirl with a kind widower named Tom. They hit it off, strolling the market for fresh ginger and greens, but once she moved in, his messy habits and stingy ways, like refusing a cheap gold ring she fancied, soured things fast. She moved out, thinking, "I've got my pension and my pride, why settle?" It's funny how sometimes you have to try the wrong fit to find the right one, isn't it? Back home, the silence gnawed at her until a friend mentioned hotel apartments, cozy studios for seniors with meals and cleaning included. Clara visited one, charmed by the warm wood floors and the smell of fresh bread from breakfast service. At $3,800 a month, it's pricier than renting out her old place would cover, so her kids chip in $1,000 each. "I worked hard my whole life," she says, sipping tea in her new spot. "Now I get to enjoy it." It's not for everyone. Residents need to be under 75 and self-sufficient, but for Clara, it's freedom with a side of comfort. What's your ideal balance of independence and ease look like? And what about when living with kids is the plan? It can work beautifully if you keep a few things in mind. Communication's the glue. Talk openly about chores, money, and space before you move in. Respect boundaries too. Let your kids live their lives without hovering, and carve out your own hobbies to stay independent. Flexibility helps when schedules clash, and a little gratitude, like thanking them for the roof over your head, keeps the vibe warm. It's a dance of give and take, and when it works, it's a home full of love. How do you keep harmony in your family setup? These stories aren't just tales, they're invitations to rethink what aging can be. Whether it's Henry's community crew, James's tailored assistance, or Clara's hotel haven, the wisdom here is about finding what fits you. You don't have to follow the old script of nursing homes or overburdened kids. What resonates most with you today? Drop a 9 in the comments if this sparks some inspiration, or oh, if it didn't, your voice matters to us. Here's the thing, you're not alone on this journey. These seniors show us that with a bit of creativity, you can live better, lighter, and freer. Take a step today. Maybe it's a chat with family, a peek at local groups, or just cooking the dish you've been craving. Then come back here, hit that like button, share this with someone who needs it, and subscribe to keep the conversation going. Together, we're building a community where aging isn't a burden, it's a gift. Let's make it happen, one story at a time.